Welcome. I'm Cassandra, and this is your general and love forecast for December 2017. This is for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. I apologize for the delay in getting my videos up. So yes, I'm tardy and I apologize. So without further ado, let's jump into this. I've kept you waiting long enough. Okay, our first card here is the Five of Wands, which is also Saturn and Leo. The Five of Wands indicates that you guys are definitely going through a lot of conflict and struggles, and maybe even some confusion. Sometimes this can feel like endless arguments, and sometimes there's a feeling of being caught off a guard. It's like these guys have just woken up and they don't know why they're fighting, but they're fighting. So this would definitely be indicative of there's conflict occurring in your lives. Now for the second card, this is your circumstances, and this is the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups can be a proposal of love. This may also indicate, a new relationship, a new relationship interest. Sometimes this can indicate romantic messages or gestures. And sometimes this can indicate someone who thinks with their heart instead of their head. This person would be very dreamy. Pisces would be the astrological sign for this card. Okay, Leos. This is our focus card, and here we have the Tower. So this is a unexpected, sudden, rude awakening. And this is a big change. Sometimes this can almost be a disaster. It can be a revelation. A lot of times you have comfort that's been based on false thoughts and an inadequate foundation. But overall, with the Tower, at the very end, you will get the truth. But along with the Tower, this can bring depression, grief, anger, confrontations. Sometimes this can be a divorce. Sometimes this can be a death of a loved one. Sometimes this is a job loss. Sometimes this is financial failure. Sometimes this is health problems. And it can even indicate a pregnancy that was very unexpected as well. This is essentially our crisis card. But it brings about a release from bondage. So if you've been stuck in a certain situation that you've been trying to get out of, the Tower will assist you in being released from that situation. And sometimes this can indicate that your ego and with your ego, you may have the illusion of thinking that you are more superior to others. That's definitely not a good way to think. But overall, I know that this sounds negative, but at the end of all of this, it is a lot of changes, and it's like starting over. But, it's an opportunity to embrace the change and move forward with a clean slate, so to speak, because this is a karmic rude awakening. So there is always some sort of karma behind this, for good or bad. A lot of times it's experienced as negative in the beginning, but it leads to something better, but there is always an ending of something here. So this is the primary focus for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs for the month of December. And I'm pretty sure that you guys had this card last month. I believe it was in a different position down here, though. Okay, this card position is about the recent past or what is passing right now. So this is the Eight of Cups. With the Eight of Cups, this can be escapism, abandonment, disappointment, withdrawal. You're seeking a deeper meaning to your life and your personal truth. Sometimes you need to be aware of overextending yourself to the point of emotional and physical exhaustion. Sometimes you feel like you may have no other choice but to walk away from a disappointing situation. This could be a love type situation. This could even be a material type situation. This could even be like a business type of situation. If you have love and passion for it, then it would fall under this card. So you guys have walked away from something in your life, searching for something better or something much different. But overall, it's about wanting something more spiritual as opposed to the material, physical side of life. Now this card position is about the present, the here and the now energy. Here we have the Priestess. So with the Priestess, you know, this can indicate mystery. The Priestess is definitely your intuition. And you should trust and listen to your intuition, your inner voice. You want to pay attention to your dreams and your intuition right now. It's very important. For men, you may need to connect with your female side so that you can better embrace your intuition. For women, you need to trust yourself. You know, this can indicate changes, you know, and anything that's in your life going on, like this Tower situation here, that is mysterious. The High Priestess is indicating that you need to go within, whether that be meditation or through reflection. You want to go in and use your intuition to help you understand this mystery of why did this happen. So yes, your intuition is definitely ready and willing and able to be of assistance. You just must go within. Now this card position is your near future, so this could be, some of you could be experiencing this energy already. Some of you may experience this energy within a week or two. And this is the Two of Swords. So this can indicate stalemate. You have a choice to make. This can also indicate that maybe you're at a point of indecision where you can't make up your mind between the two choices. And it's definitely a difficult decision, but another thing is, are you trying to avoid making the difficult decision? She is wearing a blindfold. It's like she doesn't want to see. But you have to make the decision. If you don't make the decision, it just makes things worse and it brings more obstacles your way. So you will have to make a decision. If you feel that you don't have all the facts, then do your research and analyze the situation or the situations in which you have to choose from and make your decision. Now this card position is your attitude, and here we have the Death in the reverse position. So with the Death in reverse, this is you're being resistant to change. Maybe you have a refusal to move on. Maybe you need to start over completely by letting go of the past. It's like you're so close to a major change, but for some reason you were just resisting making that change. And the more that you resist this change, then the battling will be endless. And it's like you're going to be met with obstacles at every single turn. You know, and this can lead to physical and mental exhaustion. But ultimately, you just need to let go of whatever you're holding on to, because in the end, this change will be a beneficial change. But you have to let go of whatever you were hanging on to. If you have any unresolved issues with someone in your past, probably related to this Tower situation, you need to try to clear those up as quickly as possible so that you can move forward, so you can let go and move forward. Because it will do you no good to resist all of these changes that are occurring this month. It will do you no good to resist. The more that you resist, the worse it's going to get. So you just want to let go. Make it easy on yourself. I know that that's a hard pill to swallow. It really is. And I'm sorry that this reading's not been the best, but I'm not a fluff reader, okay? I read the cards as they lay out, and I'm not gonna cookie coat anything. I feel like I'd be doing you guys a disservice if I did. So I'm not everyone's cup of tea, and that's okay. Now this card position is about how other people see you. And here we have the Temperance card. Oh, excuse me. So with the Temperance card, you know, you are learning how to be patient. Harmony will occur when you work with others. You know, the whole teamwork equals dream work saying. But Temperance here is saying you need to stay calm in some extremely stressful situations. You need to try to keep your emotions balanced. Balance, balance, balance. This is the focus here. You want to stay balanced because there's a lot going on here. And I feel a lot of you guys are going to have a hard time finding balance, but this is what we want to strive for. But overall, patience and perseverance, learn them and you will prosper. I know change can be scary, and just simply having to go through it can just suck, to be honest with you. But ultimately, this change is going to bring something better down the line, because whatever is being removed from your life was no longer serving you or your personal growth any longer. Okay, this card position is our hopes and our fears. And this is the Six of Wands in the reverse position, which also happens to be the Jupiter and Leo card. But with it in reversed in the hope and positions, the hope and fears positions, this would indicate that you're fearful of not achieving the victory that you want. That's short, sweet, and to the point. Now the final outcome card is the Ten of Wands. And with the Ten of Wands, this is a mentally and physically oppressive burden or burdens. You may want to help a family member, but this is simply too much for you to handle. No one person can handle this much for very long. I mean, look at him. He's on his knees like, I can't handle this no more. It's a lot. It's way too much to bear. And, you know, this can indicate you have way too many irons in the fire. You need to focus on your own priorities rather than trying to help anyone else or take on anyone else's responsibilities or burdens. You have enough of your own. You don't need to take on any of your family members' burdens. It's just that simple. You need to focus on getting yourself and your personal family's life straight. You know, because money can become tight with this card. You know, and you can't take on too much, because when you take on too much, then you can't give each thing your best. And so then you're spreading yourself too thin, you're scattering yourself, and so things won't get done as well. So it's just best to drop these, you know, excessive wands. You know, carry the ones that you absolutely have to, but don't carry anyone else's burdens. You know, being generous is good, and I completely understand if you want to help a family member, but it just won't help you in the long run, because I think you're going to need that money. Now this is our the bottom of the deck. Not the clarifying deck. I cannot talk tonight. I apologize. This is the Queen of Swords. This was the bottom of the deck. So with the Queen of Swords, this can indicate you might be overly emotional right now. Maybe even you're being a little cold. And yes, I realize she's a queen, but I'm sure you guys have heard me say it over and over, and I'll say it again. When we have a court card, it doesn't matter, page, knight, queen, king. They can be male or female. So maybe you're being overly emotional. A lot of times this means that you are thinking with your heart and your emotions instead of your head. And your emotions may be distorting your perception of the situation or the issue. And sometimes relationships could be clouding your perceptions as well. This could be a love relationship. This could be a friendship. This could be a relationship with a family member. But this energy can come across as resentful, bitter, cold-hearted, bitchy even. Sometimes, this is not going to be for all of you, okay? But for a few of you, sometimes this can indicate that you are potentially acting like you have no compassion and like you are devoid of any emotions, like ice cold, cold-hearted, but complete ice cold. But ultimately, you're behaving this way because you're just tired of it. You are ready to get to the bottom of a situation to understand why is this happening, for what. Now when we reverse the Queen of Swords to her upright position, she uses her good logic in her reasoning ability, and she's a very analytical woman. So you might want to try to channel some of her energy here, because you want to step back and try to be objective so that you can see the situation for what it is, because you don't want to see the situation with your emotions or your heart. We want to do it with our head. So we want to step back, be objective, and if you're going through any conflicts, especially with this Tower card, you just want to try to be diplomatic. Okay. Wow. Okay, we clarify our first card, the Five of Wands, and now we get the King of Pentacles. So, with the King of Pentacles, you know, these conflicts are definitely about money. You know, maybe these conflicts are about a business or an investment or a creative venture. Okay, we clarify the Knight of Cups. We get the Ten of Cups, and this is our circumstances card. So, with the Ten of Cups, you know, this is the happily ever after, the happy marriage, happy relationship, happy family life, contentment. So overall, I think that a lot of you guys are focused on this right now. Well, I don't want to say focus because this is our focus card, but this is a general energy, your circumstance energy that's in your life. So this is our focus card, the Tower. And now we clarify and we get the Princess of Swords. With the Princess of Swords, you need to look closer. There's more than meets the eye with the situation. Sometimes this can indicate spying. Sometimes this can indicate third-party information. So maybe you might learn about something through someone else. A lot of times this indicates that there is upsetting news on the horizon, and you're gonna have to make decisions quickly. And yes, this all makes sense, because when this Tower situation happens, it's fast, fast, fast. You gotta make decisions quickly. And you could even receive some third-party information that actually causes this Tower situation. This can manifest in several different ways. Okay, this was our recent past or the passing nature card. We had the Eight of Cups. We clarified. Now we have the Ten of Swords. So with the Ten of Swords, this is definitely a karmic cycle, and it's an ending ultimately. This is loss, betrayal, crisis, defeat, backstabbed. He's got 10 swords in his back. Someone has clearly backstabbed him. You know, this is sudden and unexpected failure or disaster. Starting to seem a whole lot like the Tower card. And Sometimes you're backstabbed by someone you thought that you could trust through and through. It definitely leaves you very hurt and very shocked by this betrayal. You may even be feeling like a victim in the situation. You probably may feel pretty powerless here. And something will definitely come to a grinding halt. It's going to come to an end. But you need to reflect on why this occurred and what are you learning from it? What have you learned from it? You want to know why this occurred and what you can do in the future to make sure that the same mistakes don't happen. If you're responsible for any of it in any way, shape, or form, you'll be able to see your actions and your behaviors that led to this. Now, clearly, someone else is involved here because you don't stab yourself in the back. But you need to know your part on how you got to this situation. Maybe you were too trusting. But this ending is permanent. But you will get a fresh start. And that can't hurt. So yes, you're definitely walking away, but why wouldn't you walk away? You just got backstabbed. Run away! Shoot. Okay, this card position was our present, the here and the now energy. We had the Priestess. Now we have the Hermit. So with the Hermit, this is soul searching, introspection, your inner guidance. You are looking for answers within. The truth and the understanding that you seek is within yourself. Sometimes when the Hermit card pops up, this shows that you are withdrawing from the world and others, and it can be necessary to withdraw in order to go in and listen to that inner voice, because that inner voice will help you. Okay, we clarify the Two of Swords. We get the Four of Cups in the reverse position. This is our near future card. So if you're not experiencing this energy already, then it may be a week or two out. So the Four of Cups, maybe you missed an opportunity. You're definitely feeling kind of leery with this. Probably feeling pretty leery about making a choice here. And are you too focused on yourself and your problems right now? Because if you are, there is more than likely going to be an opportunity right in front of your face. And if you're too focused on yourself and your problems, you may not even see that opportunity or even know that it's there. Yes, this is difficult energy, guys. But you gotta just try to snap out of it. I know it's easier said than done. But are you guys scared to open your heart? Maybe you're scared to express your true feelings to someone. But you also need to realize that even though you have been hurt and upset, that this is impacting those who are close to you as well. So you need to try to be considerate of the people that are close to you as well. You know, you need to be considerate of their needs and yours at the same time. So while it's okay to go in and reflect, you don't want to get stuck. You know, because he's being pretty leery here, you know? And he's being offered a fantastic cup. But, you know, sometimes this can also indicate that the loss is starting to pass and that you are starting to get some hope back as well. Maybe you're getting some passion back. Maybe you're ready to get out and go have fun. But ultimately, there's an opportunity that's going to present itself, and I'm going to say you need to grab it with both hands. Definitely do your research, analyze it, make sure it's a good opportunity, but I want you to see it. I don't want you guys to be too focused. It's okay to, you know, have some focus on yourself and your problems, but you don't want to miss an opportunity like this. This could be a fabulous opportunity. Okay, we clarify the Death card in the reverse position, and we get the Six of Cups in the reverse position. And this is our attitude card. So, with the Six of Cups, you know, this may be, maybe you feel like you were just stuck in the past. This card could also indicate that maybe you're being a little naive. Don't shoot the messenger, please. Not saying all of you. This can also indicate that maybe you're being unrealistic. But ultimately, this is about clinging to the past. Or to a certain person from the past. And this person would probably be from your childhood years. So a lot of times the Six of Cups can indicate siblings, brothers and sisters. So this could even indicate a brother or a sister. Or this could also indicate, you know, someone that you've been friends with since you were a child. So clearly this person is the one that you still have some issues to deal with, so you can move forward and get past this energy. So for me, this feels a lot like family energy, because we have two children here. They could be brother and sister, or they could just be friends. But either way, this is someone that you have a lot of history with, and they definitely have major ties to your past. And this is the person that you need to resolve that energy the best you can and move forward. And I know that's easier said than done. I mean, this is a pretty hardcore, intense reading, so I'm very sorry, Leo. I really am. All I can do is read the cards as they come out, and it is what it is. And I know that you guys have literally been put through the ringer here, but it is going to get better. We just got to let go of these things that have been holding you back. Okay, we're going to clarify the Temperance card here. We get the Six of Pentacles in the reverse position. And this is our how other people see us card. So with the Six of Pentacles, this can indicate debt. This can also indicate selfishness. Now, if you loaned money to someone or did a favor for someone expecting repayment, I'm very sorry, but they are not going to pay you back. Goodness. If someone asks you to borrow money, don't do it. Don't do it. I know that your heart would be in the right place and you'd want to, but I'm telling you, you're going to need that money. Don't do it. You really need to be aware of overextending yourself financially. You know, sometimes this is indicating that you are just simply getting in over your head with debt. You know, and another thing, I want to strongly caution you guys against any type of get rich quick scheme that will backfire on you real quick. So if it sounds too good to be true, it is. Walk away. Nobody's getting rich overnight unless you got the freaking winning, you know, lotto ticket. Okay, this was our hopes and fears position. And here we have the Ace of Swords. So, the Six of Wands in reverse was about fearing not achieving your victory. Well, combined with the Ace of Swords, you know, you definitely want that success. But the Ace of Swords can be forceful. And something else is, the sword is double-edged, okay? So the sword can cut both ways. So you definitely want to be careful of pushing too much, but this is a hopes and fears type of position here. So this, to me, is kind of like a hope and a fear all together. You know, for some of you, this might indicate that you feel you won't achieve victory, but the Ace of Swords is saying you can. You just may have to modify your plan. You may have to make some adjustments. You may have to cut some people out to achieve your victory. The Tower and the Ten of Swords is definitely taking someone out, so... You know, and the Ace of Swords can also cut right through the bullshit if you need to get to the truth of the matter. The Ace of Swords is your card if you need the truth. It'll do it for you. So this was our final outcome card, the Ten of Wands. We clarify and we get the Ace of Wands in the reverse position. So, the Ace of Wands in reverse, well, you definitely need to be patient here. You know, this is delays, a lack of motivation. And I mean, who wouldn't have a lack of motivation when you were trying to carry all these freaking burdens? Makes sense to me. But, you know, maybe you're lacking a clearly defined direction. You know, is this what you really want? Is this what you really need? You know, there's no point in working towards a goal if it doesn't inspire and motivate you. Okay? You need to go after a goal that you are truly passionate about. You know, but you just feel like you are so weighed down by burdensome responsibilities. So overall, you need to be patient. I know that this looks bad, but I'm telling you, once we deal with this Tower situation here, it must be dealt with, you know, and then you got this decision you have to make. But things are going to get better. I mean, I know it doesn't feel like it, but it's getting better. It's a slow process. Slow but steady. slow but steady wins the race. So, and see, with this ace, you know, you can easily turn it around by simply changing the way you think. You know, maybe you can figure out, maybe you already know exactly what you're passionate about and what you would prefer to do. And if you do, oh, yeah, you've already turned the card. But it's so easy to get caught up in confusion when you are carrying so many responsibilities. And I just feel a lot of you guys are feeling down on your luck, depressed. Okay, the bottom of our clarifying deck, the Temperance in reverse. So this would definitely indicate being impatient and or intolerant with others. Maybe you're not listening to others' complaints. Sometimes if you actually listen to the complaints, it might actually help you. You know, call it constructive criticism, and then you know what to fix. It never feels good to hear the truth, at least for most people. But the truth is very helpful, because if we know what we're doing wrong, then we can correct it. Now, in business matters, sometimes this indicates that you're not listening to your customers and their needs and their complaints. And if you treat your customers with intolerance, impatience, and disregard, well, you can lose potential customers and clients. And you could also develop a bad reputation. You want to try to be objective and see the customer or the client or just another person that's simply in your life that may be complaining. You want to try to see their side of the issue. Because if you can do that, that will be most helpful in correcting the situation. You would want to try to be diplomatic here. This would help tremendously. Okie dokie. Let go of control issues. Make the effort. Okay. Okay, honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. Excuse me, I cannot talk tonight. Holiday time together. Whew, but then we have the Ten of Air. This is the end of a difficult situation. This is the same as Ten of Swords here. So, maybe some of you have been recently married. And this would be indicating that that honeymoon phase is over and, oh, it may be going to hell. And if that's your situation, oh, I'm so sorry. Oh. You guys just can't get a break. Let go of control issues. Allow this situation to unfold naturally. Here we have the Six of Air. Things are looking up. The end of a difficult situation. Taking a trip or a vacation. Ultimately, this is moving away from a bad situation. You and your family may have experienced much loss, and most of the time this loss is associated with a work situation. Make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. Here we have the Five of Fire, which is the Five of Wands. Competing goals, bothersome details, conflict with others, struggles, confusion. Whew. Well, seems like our middle section here was pretty good. But also, you know, make the effort. Maybe you need to make the effort to stop the conflict. Somebody has to step up and say, let's sit down and talk this out. Make the effort. If you make the effort, then maybe we can make the conflict stops. So, wow. Okay, yeah, I'm like bamboozled after all this energy. I can't even hardly speak, you guys. And I'm not even Leo, so I truly feel awful for you guys that you guys are going through so many problems. But ultimately, you guys are going through these changes because these things that are being taken or that you have already lost or you are in the process of losing, they've actually been holding you back. They have been preventing you from moving forward in the best possible way. So these things are essentially being cut out of your life for a good reason. It doesn't feel good at first at all. It's very painful, actually. But ultimately, this is going to lead you to a much better future where you are far happier. And it's hard to focus on that when you're in the midst of so much crisis-like energy. But I'd just like to try to be a ray of hope for you guys, because I know it's dark outside right now with all of this energy, but I'm telling you, the sun's going to come out tomorrow. It will. This will lead you to something much better. You know, it may take you a couple of years to get where you want to be, but then you'll look back and you will realize that if I had not gone through those situations, I would have never made it to where I am now. And I don't regret it, because now I'm happy. Now I have the job that I want. Now I have the relationship I want. You know, whatever it is that's being taken, there is something much better waiting for you in the future. But this is about removing the old energy and clearing your energy so that the new can come in. When one door closes, another opens. Overall, I just want you guys to keep your faith, okay? Don't lose your faith, and don't lose any self-confidence, okay? This is temporary. I realize that this has been going on for a while for a lot of Leos, especially Leo suns, but even Leo moons and Leo risings are experiencing a lot of issues as well. But I just want to make sure you guys don't lose the faith, okay? Because I promise things are going to get better, but we've got to let go of whatever is in the past that we are hanging on to, because it's not helping us, and it's stifling our personal growth here. So we need to let it go and move forward, because ultimately things are going to be far better in the future, but we must go through this to get there. When one door closes, another opens. It will get better. Like I said, the sun will come out tomorrow. Okay, I will talk to you guys next month, Leo. In the meantime, blessings of healing, prosperity, and love. I love you guys. Talk to you next month.